Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a Mars conjunct Venus twin flame reading for my dearest Geminis. Gemini, on July 13th, Venus and Gemini aligned at 19 degrees of Leo. So this is a transit that takes place more or less every 2 years. And we are feeling this energy a week on either side of the 13th. So this transit will shine down creativity, harmonize any imbalances, and activate soulmate and twin flame contracts. So when Venus, the goddess of love, and Mars, the fearless warrior, come together, we feel an awakening of the feminine and masculine principles within us. This awakening will help shift our attitudes towards sexuality and relationships. All right, Gemini, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the feminine energy, divine feminine on the left, divine masculine on the right, and we're going to see what's going on in between you guys. Remember that I am not reading gender, you guys, that this is energy. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here with my Geminis on their twin flame journey. All right, so we have the divine feminine coming out in alignment. Beautiful. We have shadows, so the divine masculine working through some shadow energy, also going through a major transformation. Probably a lot here having to do with self-worth. Okay, so this also could indicate that there was a ghosting or a neglect here on the side of the divine masculine. And we see avoidance. Okay, so maybe divine masculine and feminine are avoiding talking to each other, coming together. Could be the masculine avoiding the feminine, but wow, we'll dig deeper into this. So we see blocked, okay? So somebody here could have been or may be blocked. Okay, now there may also be a blockage to you guys coming together at this point in time. It could be coming from the divine. All right, so as the phone starts ringing in the background. So if somebody gets unblocked, believe me, you're going to get communication here. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on here with the divine feminine. So we've got Hanged Man, Pisces energy. This is about pulling back. This is about looking at sacrifices. This is about getting a new perspective. This is a major crown chakra, third eye upgrade. But at the same time, this, this heart is very firmly locked on to her path. So I do feel like the divine feminine is not giving up on the masculine or not releasing or letting go of this connection. Yep, there we go. Because there's her emperor. The emperor, the divine masculine. So wow, so the divine feminine here is getting a new perspective on what's going on with the masculine, or what it is. It's like what I'm seeing is her really balancing out her energies, which this transit is all about. Ooh, she is calling in her divine masculine though. And I feel like if he's running, if he's in a dark spot, if he has her blocked, maybe she has him blocked. They may have been avoiding each other or are avoiding each other. All of that's about to change. The Two of Swords in reverse. The divine feminine, look at that new perspective, seeing things clearly, making a decision. She's absolutely coming into alignment here. She has made her choice. But it took some time here to get a new perspective, to pull back, to see things differently. And we see the moon. Look at that illumination. So very strong Pisces energy, maybe even Cancer for me as a reader. The moon energy, this is about illusions being worked through. The divine feminine is in alignment, seeing things very clearly, is very decisive. She's very, very balanced. Okay, while the divine masculine, I believe she's holding space for the divine masculine. He may have her blocked. But again, it's about this awakening. So he may be going through an intense awakening and avoiding this connection until he sort of gets his bearings or he can see his way forward. There is going to be some sort of revolution or revelation, either one. The divine masculine may actually be reaching out to the feminine, but it's kind of like I see her doing her own thing, working on herself, really on a spiritual path and spiritual journey here. She's taken off the rose-colored glasses, and I feel like she's turned her attention back onto herself. So the Divine Masculine, there may be distance between the two at this point in time. Could be physical distance, it could be emotional distance, but absolutely with avoidance and shadows and blocked. But I do feel that, you know, the Divine Masculine may be going through a dark night of the soul. And as this cycle completes, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there was something here he couldn't move forward with. This is definitely a pullback of his energy because he needed to address something within to close out a cycle. There was some sort of shadow work that needed to be done. This was divine intervention. He was guided to pull away from the feminine, but she also, this was beneficial or is beneficial for her because she's completely in alignment here. The Eight of Wands, there's a lack of communication. The Divine Masculine wasn't able to manifest what he wanted. He may have been too attached to the outcome. There may have been a significant amount of ego energy that needed to be addressed because there was something that felt out of control for him is what I'm getting. And so his way of controlling was pulling back, was not communicating. It could be that he's giving her the silent treatment. It could be that he blocked her because this somehow gave him his power back. But in turn, he's been forced to address some shadows. Seven of Wands, yep, defense mechanism. That's what I'm seeing here. Pushing the divine feminine away in order to do this shadow work, whether he's cognizant or conscious of this or not. There's also some sort of energy of failure is what I'm getting that the Divine Masculine is really struggling with here. Now, it could be like at work, it could be in health, it could just be with this relationship. And there was something here the Divine Masculine either felt like he wasn't living up to or didn't have enough to provide or couldn't match her energy. Because the Divine Feminine here is somebody very enlightened, very intuitive. And so the Divine Masculine here, you know, lost some power. And in order to get it back and to close out this cycle, he had to go cold or had to go silent, or at least that's how he felt. But again, pushing the Divine Feminine away while he goes through this rebirth and this transformation. So we have avoidance and the Ten of Swords. Some sort of very painful ending here. It could be that this is somebody from your past. This could also be past life energy where one twin transitioned before the other. So somebody here could be avoiding getting into any sort of committed relationship or emotionally involved in a connection because of the pain, either from this lifetime or what they're carrying around in their DNA. Yep, somebody here is exhausted, may feel like they've missed an opportunity in love. I do feel like the Divine Masculine is very focused on what it is he needs to focus on in closing out this cycle, because there is this energy and this sense of exhaustion pervading his energy. And the Eight of Pentacles, but the Divine Feminine isn't missing a beat. She's recognizing that they're both, or you're both, a work in progress. But we see, if we look at this Eight of Pentacles, it's like this left side, the Divine Feminine side, is a little bit more evolved. But the Divine Masculine is also coming around. He's just dealing with these shadows, and I feel she's holding space for him. The Divine Feminine is willing to work on this connection or put the hard work in. But she knows she doesn't have the go-ahead yet. And then we get the Three of Swords. There's a heartache here. Now, it can indicate that there was some sort of third-party disturbance in this connection. Four of Cups, but there's going to be some sort of communication. The Divine Masculine may also be recognizing that avoiding this situation, that he has missed an opportunity. And we see that missed opportunity because of this ending. It may be creating some very serious heartache and disappointment and hurt on his part. But this is something that he needs to work through. And for many of you, I am feeling that this may even go back to past life. The Divine Masculine may have chosen somebody else over the Divine Feminine because it was easier, because he didn't have to get as emotionally involved. The Divine Masculine may have blocked the Divine Feminine for fear of showing her weakness or showing a weak side as a defense mechanism. unavailable. This person is unable to give you all you deserve. Now, the Divine Feminine, this could be what she's thinking or feeling about the Divine Masculine, but I feel like her self-worth is no longer dependent on what he's doing. And she's recognizing that, and this is that work in progress, this work on self-love, on self-worth, and recognizing that the Divine Masculine, releasing him to do the work that he needs to do, understanding that the universe will bring back what is truly meant for you, healed. If it's bringing back a past person, or it's bringing you some, or if there's been a delay in this union or meeting this person or coming together, it's because there's this shadow cycle, some distortions that needed to be purged and released. But the Divine Masculine has a lot of remorse. Yeah, the Divine Masculine right now is in an energy of, I missed an opportunity. I think the Divine Masculine is also taking a look at wanting to fight for this connection, wanting to put some of these difficulties behind, but may not know how to approach. Because I feel like the Divine Masculine set up some very strong boundaries. May have even ghosted, may have even chosen somebody else, may have used harsh words. But instead of sort of wilting like a flower here, the Divine Feminine has actually built herself up and come into alignment as a result of it. She has had a power surge as the masculine has sort of been deflated or feeling defeated at this time. But it's just because the work that she's doing is going to also empower him. But I do feel like he's having a hard time strategizing, or how can I come towards the Divine Feminine after all I've done? The Divine Masculine may also have some inner child wounds that have been triggered. Yeah, but something is shifting. The Divine Feminine is stepping into her power. She's actually harnessing and embracing a lot of masculine energy, but it's balanced and cutting through fears and illusions and being very decisive. And it's kind of like, if he's unavailable, that's fine. I've got my life going on. I've got other options. I've got this stuff to do, whatever that is. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. And the Divine Masculine is, I do feel like there's a little bit of a wallowing in regret type energy, but wants to close out this difficult cycle. There's a passion. There is this pull between you guys. And it's almost like the roles are shifting. And I feel like somebody who, traditions and beliefs, behaviors are really shifting and changing. So, whoever you are in this reading or whoever you identify with, you're going to be behaving very differently than you have in the past. And if you're the Divine Feminine, that's because you're in complete alignment and it's very empowering energy. And you're having a new perspective and you're seeing past the 3D distortions, and also purging and releasing any negative energy from past relationships or this particular relationship. I'm seeing you, taking this energy and transmuting it into your power. And if you're the Divine Masculine here, there are regrets, but you're also leaning into it and recognizing it, that you too can transform this. But there's something here that you may have been avoiding that is being brought to light. And it's actually giving you strength and fight and grit. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what else comes through. Messages, please, for the Divine Feminine in this Gemini Twin Flame reading. Overspend. So the Divine Feminine is no longer overgiving. The Divine Feminine is no longer overspending her energy. They're showing me the Seven of Swords in reverse, looking at what may drain her time, her energy, her love, her money, and her resources, setting very strong boundaries, not just with the Divine Masculine, with herself, with her friends, with her family, because she needs to refill this cup. In fact, I feel like she already has. Huge enlightenment taking place on the Divine Feminine side. Health conscious. So again, what is good for me? Nine of Pentacles energy, Venus and Virgo energy. I'm only going to be doing things that make me feel good. I am no longer willing to behave in ways that make me feel bad or receive energy that makes me feel out of alignment. Beautiful energy coming from the Divine Feminine. Lots of power, lots of strength. The Divine Masculine, where he was non-committal in the past, this is what's being reevaluated. He's recognizing what he may have lost or what he's seeing now as a missed opportunity. Or, you know, if you don't know who your twin flame is, you know, it's about looking at how committed am I to doing this work, because this shadow work is not for the weak. And we get spiritual. The divine masculine is definitely going through a spiritual awakening. I did a pre-shuffle for for my Geminis, and I'm not sure if I'm going to publish it or not, but I did a pre-shuffle for Geminis, and it was also that the divine masculine may have some sort of auric glow around him when you see him next, whether this is in the dream space, in meditation, or in person, because he too was also receiving a major third eye chakra and crown chakra upgrade. But I do feel like the divine masculine here is working through some sort of addictions. Okay, now it could be food, drink, drugs, alcohol, obsessive thinking, you name it. It's going to be different for everyone. Okay, but there is some sort of addictive energy that may have opened up the divine to allow shadow energy in. Okay, and this happens often a lot of times when we're under the influence. So like if we're drinking or we're smoking or whatever it is we're doing, we're open to receive energy that isn't ours, and that's very negative. So it is something that I want you guys to pay attention to. It may be something that is being brought to the attention of the masculine at this time. All right, so let's see what else comes through. All right, we see divine masculine hero. Look at that. The divine feminine really stepping into her masculine energy, but I'm not getting that it's a distorted masculine or it's too heavily in the masculine. Okay, I feel like it's a compensation for what's going on, but it's healthy. Intense lust, you drive me crazy. Beautiful. There's some creative energy that needs to be exerted or needs to be released. Okay, there could be a need for some sexual healing here as well. The divine feminine may be looking for sexual gratification, especially after a time of suppressing or oppressing that. You are my one, baby. Beautiful recognition. And I'm falling in love. So I feel like the divine masculine throughout this journey, having blocked the divine feminine, avoiding the divine feminine in the midst of this shadow work, is seeing and sensing her powerful energy and falling in love with her at a distance, or maybe, you know, again, maybe not even recognizing, or maybe even in the dream space. I'm sorry. I feel like the divine masculine is learning to love himself again as well, maybe struggling with sort of negative behaviors. Hot passion and deep kisses. So a lot of passion here. I do feel like there's a need here for sexual gratification, okay, or some sort of release. And soul contract for a higher purpose. Absolutely. Everything on this journey has a higher purpose, okay, as you guys already know. So beautiful energy. Some of you guys, your purpose here is to have a spirit child, or you have had children in a past life. That's not going to be for all of you, but all right. So I'm going to pull from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. So for the divine feminine, we have, I don't know how to pronounce that, Ajoit. I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but all right. So we get number 30. Number 3, the number of the Empress. Ancestral Light, 47. So in the reading I did for you guys that I'm not sure if I'm going to publish it or not, Ancestral Light was actually one of the cards that came out. And we get Eye of the Storm, number 48. Beautiful. So breaking down to a 12, so which breaks down, so we have 3, 3, and we also have 11. These might be important number sequences for you guys. 11 is obviously, you know, very important to those of you on a twin flame journey. 33 is a master teacher number. It's about learning tough lessons. Okay, but then also being able to come back and share with one another what you've learned. So number 30, we have this stone. I'm going to say Ajoit. You can correct me in the comment section if you know. Ajoit brings about profound spiritual revelation. Drawing out karmic wounds, the crystal reframes cellular memory and past contracts. So put down your burdens, knowing you are a being of light. Resolve conflicts and forgive those who wounded you. And I do feel like the divine feminine has and is forgiving the divine masculine for whatever this heartache is, whether it was betrayal, disappointment, a third party, whatever it is in this lifetime or previous. Give someone a second chance. So there's a possibility here of second chances. Honor your promises. Find the best solution for everyone. Let your dispassionate compassion encompass all. Charity or volunteer work is indicated. Immersing yourself in the love of the divine automatically leads to health and happiness. Virgo and Aquarius. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Virgo or Aquarius. So number 47 for the divine masculine, there's some ancestral wounding that needs to be healed and cleared that he's been carrying around in his energetic body that may have led to addictive behavior. Okay, so it could be addictions that are passed down, doesn't have to be. Ancestral light has been radically modified during its time in Earth. It helps you to find the treasures hidden in your past. It takes healing way back and brings forward soul learning, rolling into the future but letting go of the experiences that created it. Any dis-ease you are carrying is ancient and has passed down through the ancestral line. It relates to prevailing attitudes and forbidden emotions that have been kept firmly repressed, as well as to ancient traumas and family dramas. Okay, so very important. There's something here that the masculine has been avoiding, suppressing, oppressing. Okay, that is this time that he needed on his own, or this time of going quiet, pulling back his energy, being defensive, pushing not only the divine feminine, but many people away, is that there are sort of forbidden emotions that have been repressed, okay, and dramas and traumas that are coming to the surface that he doesn't want to show anybody. And it very well could be the love that he has for the divine feminine, because I do pick up on this being a bit distorted masculine, where he doesn't want to show weakness by showing his true feelings. So you're being told to take note of your dreams, divine masculine. Family secrets come to the surface. A radical rethink is called for on all that you think you believe and allow yourself to feel. Yeah, there's that shadow work. There's that major transformation. The ancestors are those who have gone before, not just your bloodline. Heal them and heal yourself. Beautiful, divine masculine. All right, so the eye of the storm, safe haven. So this is your connection. So somebody feels safe in the silence. Somebody feels safer in avoiding this connection or these feelings. But I also feel like this is something that's ending, that's transforming. So eye of the storm is a safe haven for your soul, a calm center no matter what upheavals may occur, a life support system during stressful times or serious illness. Hold on to it during challenges so that you can keep things in perspective. And what I was going to say here as well, because the divine masculine is going through something very, very intense, total transformation, upheaval, dark night of the soul, illness even, which is in the embodiment of dis-ease in the energetic system. But the divine feminine is so balanced and so evolved that I think he's realizing and recognizing that she is his anchor. You may be allowing the challenges and traumas of life to push you off center and also to push off or push away others. Stress and pressure are a major cause of your dis-ease. You could be focusing too closely on one aspect of life to the detriment of others. Look at the wider or the bigger picture. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's unfolding here. Time to relax and let go of your stress. Stay mindful rather than watchful. Excess adrenaline adversely affects your immune system. Switch on the positive potential in your cell walls. Meditate quietly to rejuvenate your DNA. You can stay centered and calm no matter what storm rages around you. Wow. Walking safely through the storm. That is what is happening. All right. I hope you guys found clarity and guidance in these messages. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care.